I wish Sega would stop teasing us like this. This has been a problem for quite a while, and it's something that Sega keeps doing. They announced a new Sonic game using a stylish CGI trailer. The trailer presents audience with a sense of intrigue, only to immediately come to an abrupt end. No gameplay or idea what to really expect besides the bare minimum. This has been something on my mind for quite a while now, and only now after Sonic Racing CrossWorlds do I feel like talking about it. That announcement just felt like a bunch of nothing, but I'll talk more about my feelings on it later. Anyways, I know that Sega isn't the only gaming company doing this, but one thing I want to highlight specifically about Sega and the Sonic brand is that I believe the sense of trust has been broken between fans and the company. Alright, let's take a step back in time. I'm aware that this is how Sonic Colors and Generations were introduced back in 2010 and 2011, so this has been something that Sega has been doing at least for a decade now, but I think after the positive receptions behind both games, it really made it where no one was complaining about Sega teasing the next games like this, because Sonic was slowly on the upward swing. There was concerns about classic Sonic physics in Generations back then, and after the whole entire Sonic 4 Episode 1 situation, but that was really about it. After Sonic Lost World and Sonic Boom, the brand was being damaged and the fans wanted a clear return to form with the next 3D Sonic game. That's where Sonic Forces comes in, and is now the reason why a lot of fans are tired of Sega revealing the games that they have. Sonic Forces followed the same formula of using a cool CGI trailer and showing nothing of the main game, but after the game released, it was seen as another disappointing game that had a lot of hype behind it. What was even worse about Forces is how we waited until South by Southwest convention, only to get a snippet of gameplay and it was literally hallway footage. Now, the Sonic Forces defenders back then argued that this was footage of the first level, and guess what? They were wrong. It was footage of the 12th level in the game. And it's embarrassing looking back at how much hype was being built up based on a cool looking CGI trailer when Sega wasn't confident enough to show anything of true substance. And this was the same exact night we got the reveal of Sonic Mania that was nothing but pure gameplay being shown off. Forces was the one that broke the trust for many when it comes to teasing 3D Sonic games, or just Sonic games in general. That's why it really did not help that they did this again with Sonic Frontiers, and the trailer that was being shown was actually worse than Sonic Forces. Now this goes all the way back to the Sonic Central, where they had one last surprise, and it's time for us to show off the brand new 3D Sonic game and confirm that we're working on something. It's like looking back, at least Sonic Forces had the decency to look cool, where Frontiers was literally just Sonic running through a forest, some potential new move, and some weird symbol thing. Now, to give Frontiers some credit, it was a better reviewed game than Forces. It still has mixed reception, but a lot of people, myself included, absolutely love Frontiers and saw it as a good step forward in the right direction for the franchise. It's just that Frontiers has a lot of cool stuff that they could have shown from the get-go instead of the messy way they decided to reveal the gameplay with the now infamous IGN gameplay reveal, where Frontiers came off as a boring open world with nothing interesting to do. They tried going for a cool scenic reveal, I get that, but have you seen Sonic Frontiers? Regardless of what you think of the final product, there's so much cool stuff that could have been shown. From the Titan fights to the combat to the story. It's why the IGN reveal was laughed at and why so many people had mixed receptions towards the footage. It just wasn't a good showcase of the next 3D Sonic game. And now this brings us to the latest game, which is Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, and the main reason why I'm even making this video. It follows the same decade-long pattern, and while I think Forces is the most embarrassing one when compared to Sonic Mania that night, and Frontiers is the frustrating one after we waited so many years between Forces and Frontiers, this one is the most confusing because it's a racing game that was revealed at the Game Awards. If you're not aware, the Game Awards is the biggest night in gaming where all the heavy hitters are praised and showed off. Again, Sega isn't the only company that's doing this, but as a Sega and Sonic fan, I'm strictly focused on how Sega does things. All we get is Shadow showing off his cool car and then driving it through a portal. And it's like, that's it? What was even the point? Sega, what's going on here? Jeff Keighley himself even admitted that he played the game already and liked what he played. So there's a playable build out there that could have been shown off during the biggest night in gaming. Sega, what are we even doing? And look, I like being excited for Sonic games, but I'm just kinda getting tired of constantly being teased in this way. I'm not asking for you to show everything, but at least show me something of substance. And the thing is that SEGA has done this before with Sonic Superstars at the Summer Game Fest and Shadow Generations at the PlayStation Direct. With Shadow Generations, it was an incredible trailer and it helped relieve fears about how the Generations remaster would look, but it also teased the return of Black Doom, along with showing the gameplay and level design for Shadow Generations would be a return to form. It was a perfect reveal trailer. And that's really all that I'm asking for. Just give me something to be excited about, something to actually discuss amongst other fans and my own friend group. When Superstars was revealed, it was so cool seeing Amy would be playable again after how she was completely left out of Sonic Mania. Fang was shown in the trailer, and that definitely had fans talking about the return of a beloved classic character in a modern game. We had other things to discuss, such as how the new Chaos Emerald gimmicks power would work, or SEGA finally seems to be stepping away from the Green Hill nostalgia with actual original levels. Heck, we was even wondering who the music composers would be after the banger music in the Superstars trailer. The music was so good. If you give us something to talk about, it makes it that much more fun to be excited for the next game, and it leads to interesting discussions and theories. The only interesting thing anyone is talking about right now with Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is how there may be a Sonic Riders board hanging on the wall, so fans are speculating if hoverboards will be playable in the game. But it also has led to an increase in people making more videos on Sonic Riders and how they want that to come back. And hey, SEGA, as much as I love these kart racers from Sumo Digital, can you guys please bring back Sonic Riders and make it more closer to Sonic Riders 1 instead of Zero Gravities and Free Riders? Anyways, there's really nothing interesting to say about Sonic Racing CrossWorlds other than the fact that hey, another Sonic Racing game exists and it's not Sonic Riders. It would be nice to believe that Shadow Generations would be a change in how SEGA handles their reveals, but, well, you know, we already got the next game revealed. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Just was thinking about it and finally wanted to get it off my chest. Hope you guys enjoyed.